Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what my thoughts are exactly on the Onyx coin price, how I think that from a specific level here on this chart, we can go ahead and pump something like a 700%. So before we get there, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for Onyx coin updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe because I do TA on Onyx coin and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. I'll also touch a bit on the immediate short-term price section here for Onyx coin, and obviously how the Bitcoin price is affecting this whole price. So there are specific levels that we have to look forward to. But you know what, without me further running my mouth too much, let's get right into exactly what I'm talking about. So we start off here with the Bitcoin price, and what we are seeing is that, yeah, this is looking very much like a distribution structure, and the distribution is done. That's why you see the Bitcoin price really in free fall at this point. There are two areas that we have to pay attention to here for the Bitcoin price to understand fully what is happening. Number one is that we have a CME gap right here around $94,000. So one way or the other, I think this gap is going to get filled because BTC 99% of the time it fills these whole things. But obviously you have to take a look at it from a different perspective once again and say that, okay, we also have another CME gap right here between, I would say, something like $80,000 and $77,000. So the big question remains, which gap is going to get filled first? Are we going to dump towards the downside here, towards something like, $77,000, or we're going to go up one more time, a pump towards something like, $94,000 here for the Bitcoin price? And obviously that has bearing on the Onyx coin price, because if that happens towards, $94,000, you can expect, Onyx coin to start recovering here and break the resistance finally and start pushing towards the upside. However, personally, I'm looking at it this way, and I think that we are more closer to filling the gap right here between 80,000 and 77,000 for the Bitcoin price. And in this moment, I think that Onyx coin is going to go down with Bitcoin. But here is the catch, right? I don't think the move for Onyx coin as well is over, and let me explain that real fast. And I've actually been doing this for quite some time right now on the channel, and I've also been showing you like 3 different charts. Now this is the tone price on the left hand side, on the right hand side of me actually, and then we can also see here Onyx coin here on the left hand side. Just looking at this charts, they look very similar, and it appears that we still have got a move towards the downside here for Onyx coin. Now one thing that I don't want anybody to forget about is that, look, even this chart as bad as it was looking immediate short term, it managed to recover and even went way higher, right? It was even going as high as the full Fibonacci extension level if we just go ahead and grab it from the very top until the bottom right there. So from the beginning of the structure until the bottom here, it was a full Fibonacci extension, just as you can see right there, nice and easy. Now you may be asking, of course, is that the only example? No, we also had something like Ondo, pretty much repeating what the Onyx coin price is doing right now. And I don't want to lie, maybe immediate short term we're in for some pain, right? This is exactly what this market is all about: pain and happiness. It's a roller coaster basically. So also take a look at this here. The drawdown towards the downside was very quick. These are just a few days, right, towards the downside, and then of course you find your footing and immediately you start pushing towards the upside. It was taking obviously a few days, but whatever the case may be, the bottom line is that you still pumped towards the upside. So these are the same things that I'm looking forward to here for Onyx coin. Yes, immediate short term, we have to see what Bitcoin does, right? Because if Bitcoin starts pushing towards $94,000, once again, the scenario of dropping towards the downside is very much unlikely, because how is Onyx coin going to be deviating from what the rest of the market is doing? It's very unlikely, right? However, there is also that main event that is going to be coming on the 3rd of March. Now, between today and that day, we have about 4 days, and 4 days in crypto is actually a long time. You can still go ahead and crash maybe something like 30%, and this still pump towards the upside again within the 4 days. That's something that is very crazy and unique to this market. But whatever the case may be, I think that the bottom line is that we have to be watching the levels here for Bitcoin price. If the Bitcoin price continues dropping towards the downside, which is looking more than likely that it's going to do that, because if you just take a look at these levels, right, and decide to say, well, let's go ahead and just take a look at basic support and resistance levels, it's very clear that, okay, this right here was a support level for the bottom of the structure, nice and easy right there. And then you see the price breaking down. Let me just zoom in this nice and easy so you see what we are talking about. You see here the price breaking support, and I expect test, a rejection, and also it tried one more time, and it's looking like it's going to set a low compared to the $82,000 that it was doing earlier today. So in this scenario, this is going to be reality, and we're going to be touching maybe something like $77,000 here for Bitcoin. I'm not really sure about this, but it's looking very, very likely. In that scenario, I'm preparing psychologically to say that, you know what, Onyx coin can also just go ahead and crash maybe bigly to something like 0.09 or whatever the case may be, 0.1 cent. Let me just say it like that. It's possible, but then again, I'm saying that this is not the end of the whole story. Just as I've been saying, even when we broke down towards the downside, that look here, yeah, there is a scenario in which we drop here 40-50%, whatever the case may be. I was preparing for that, number one, psychologically, and obviously from a trading perspective, you have to prepare for both scenarios. That's exactly what we're doing. I said, and I promise that I will never show my short trades here on the Onyx coin, because I know that a lot of people are actually not traders. They don't have the skill set, and they are losing money because they're holding the coin on spot, right? So I just said, you know what, for now, let me not talk about, how I'm shorting the price, but maybe today I can just go ahead and show you how I've been doing it. Maybe it can help to somebody. But of course, if you want a full access of how these trades are taken, you can feel free to join the Discord group right there, and you can join via Patreon. It's just a one-time payment, one annually payment, and you can get to see all the trades that I'm taking here. So for Onyx coin, very simple. Again, just like Bitcoin, you see that you hit support here, right? You broke that support and you had this nice back test. I was making a short right there, dropping the price towards the downside. Once again, you see that the price rises and then it gets rejected right here on the previous support. So now we're looking to go further down. So the next trade that I'm going to be taking a look at, I'm going to be taking a look at it right around this levels here. I would say maybe 0.145 dollars, right? And we'll see how we can do. Maybe we can go long, maybe we can go short. I would have to talk about that with Patreon members in the Discord group. So this is how we're going to be making money, even whilst the price is going to the downside. I mean, still we have to take advantage of the volatility in the market and take the situation to our own advantage. Is really important. Other than that, just as I was saying, that I don't think that altcoins are done. I'll show you one important chart that not a lot of people are talking about right at this point. Now, what you see here on the screen is, let me just do this nice and easy. Number one, on top we've got the line in blue, right? I'm sure it's blue. I'm colorblind, but I think I can recognize that this is blue, right? So this is the Bitcoin price over the years, and you can see this is the 2017 bull cycle. This is the 2021 bull cycle. Then of course the cycle that we have been, which to be honest with you, for a lot of things has been lackluster. This is not the case for Onyx coin, because it pumped more than, I think, 30 something x in a very short space of time. That was a fantastic bull run, by the way, but I still don't think that it's over. In any case, I'm looking at this and I'm saying that, well, we are comparing this to the Bitcoin dominance, which is down here, the line that I'm moving in the graph, and we can see when altcoin season has happened, meaning that altcoins are really flourishing really well. There's the two major ones that we have here, 2021, and then of course the biggest one, 2017, right? So one thing that you can deduce from this is that the altcoin season was coming after Bitcoin had topped, right? So this is a top for Bitcoin. This right here is also a top for Bitcoin. Take a look at what happens by there. Altcoin season, right? Let me just go ahead and highlight that nice and easy, so that, some people who want to see things visually get a quick idea right there. So that's altcoin season happening after the Bitcoin price had already topped. That's also the same thing that we saw right here too, right? So just look at it in this way. Let's just say we're concluding that the Bitcoin price has topped, right? Now there's something that is missing in here. The dominance for BTC hasn't dropped much. So, I mean, ideally speaking, we are still looking for an altcoin season here. So it's very crazy to push out that idea right now, because a lot of altcoins are bleeding. People are not hopeful and stuff like that. But the D is actually saying that, look, in the last two cycles, what has actually marked the whole thing here has been an altcoin season. You know what? It's very simple. Like, people would have made profits in BTC, they move it to altcoins basically, and then altcoins go ahead and they do their crazy thing. So this is one part that is missing for this cycle, and I think it's going to be coming in that scenario too. I mean, don't you expect Onyx coin to react to that as well? It's one of the biggest altcoins out there with one of the best communities. So yeah, I mean, my message here is that immediate short term, we may be looking not too good. Prepare for that, right? If you're somebody who just wants to hold and stuff like that, it's not going to be easy, but this is exactly how the game has been played time and again. So immediate short term, yes, there may be some short term pain, but just as I have been showing you with this whole thing, yeah, this can actually be, a very good buying opportunity. I don't know if people have capital to buy down here, but I mean, there is a very good move that we can, take a look at. In the worst case scenario, if the price continues dropping towards the downside, again, we're looking at short positions every now and then. It's actually much more easier to do that, because it's very easy to bet on the market going towards the downside than, picking specific winners that can pump. In any case, I think you get the idea right there. Then we also have got supporting arguments like, okay, yeah, let's say the top for the Bitcoin price is in here. Yeah, there's no altcoin season here. We still need to see that, because that has been the case in previous cycles, right? And usually the market doesn't DeFi, it happens to repeat or probably rhyme the same way it has done before. So we need to see something like that here. Onyx coin is going to be part of this whole thing, in my humble opinion. Then we're also saying that even if we come back to the Bitcoin price, still, if it goes, let's say, to $77,000, right, there's still a way to get back to $94,000 here. So that's a conclusion that can be made once again. Then lastly, I think I would talk about the Ethereum price. I mean, it's trash right at this point. Nobody's talking about it, but what a lot of people are not saying is that, yeah, we have been stuck in a range. Now, these ranges in crypto are crazy because from top to bottom here, you're looking at a 45% crash, right? But then again, from just, I mean, if Ethereum is to bounce here from the bottom right there to the top, you're looking at a 94%. I'm saying 94,000%, 94%. Now, in a scenario in which Ethereum is pumping 94%, do you expect Onyx coin just to be chilling and say, okay, brother, Ethereum is going and we're not going to be doing anything? No. So one way or the other, they still, I mean, there are plenty of ways we can make money in this market. I want you to stay optimistic, and I also want you to try new things. But if you are new to trading, for example, you don't have to bet your whole portfolio on the whole thing, but at least, investing time and learning about this whole thing is also something that is very much important. I try to help my Patreon members, even those who haven't traded before, right? Just talking DMs, calls. So yeah, basically it's not over until it's over. We have to see that altcoins is that we are waiting for. I hope you learned something out of this video. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.